Hi, my name is Keith Barron. I'm going to be giving you a short presentation on Horace Mann, a great educational, if not controversial, thinker of his day. Horace Mann was born in 1796 in Franklin, Massachusetts, to Thomas and Rebecca Mann, a poor, impoverished family with little education that could only offer their children rudimentary math and elementary level reading. As a result, Mann's education consisted of no more than 8 to 10 weeks out of the entire year studying, while the remainder of his time was spent plowing, haying, and planting in the fields for the family. At age 20, after spending some time at Barrett School, he applied at Brown University in their sophomore class, and after 2 years, he graduated ahead of his class. And he delivered a speech which he entitled "The Gradual Advancement of the Human Species in Dignity and in Happiness," and linked the success of the American political experiment directly to the development of its educational system. As a principal advocate of the 19th century common school movement, Horace Mann became a catalyst for tuition-free public education and established the concept of state-sponsored free schools, no doubt as a result of his impoverished upbringing. The zeal with which Mann executed his plan for free schools was in keeping with the intellectual climate in Boston in the early days of the Republic. The Mann contribution, state government-sponsored education unfettered by sectarian control, made possible a democratic society rather than governed by elites. The atmosphere of the early 19th century Boston stimulated minds to correct social disharmonies caused by ignorance, intemperance, and human bondage. Mann's contributions was some of which he believed that education was essential for a democratic society and that it could combat poverty, crime, and providing equal opportunities. Mann championed the establishment of a professional teaching force and advocated for better training and higher salaries for teachers. He played a role in establishing the first state-supported school system in Massachusetts, of which would serve as role models for other states. However, Thomas Mann's influence extended beyond Massachusetts, and his ideas spread nationally, laying the groundwork for today's modern school system. Some of the criticisms of Mann is shown in a direct quote I'm about to read you. "The newborn infant must have sustenance and shelter and care. If the natural parents are removed or parental ability fails, in a word, if the parents either cannot or will not supply the infant's wants, then society at large, the government, having assumed itself the ultimate control of all property, is bound to step in and fill its place, parents' place." Mann strongly believed the schools needed to act in loco parentis, which translates in the place of the parents. If a child's parents were not up to the task of properly rearing the child, then the government was supposed to step in and do so. And Mann had a utopian idea of the education and its capabilities. He believed that formal education would improve the human race overall. Today's political leaders too often rely on education as a panacea for the reduction of property, injustice, and crime in society. Today's education system is derided for dumbing down the curriculum or lowering the bar in order to close the gap between students who excel and those who don't. Many would agree that even though Mann's lofty ambition of having a utopian-type society where everyone else is elevated to equality, the standard has been lowered for the sake of being equal and not allowing those who can excel. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thanks.